Happy Monday, everybody. This is Greg Ehrenberg from OddsShopper. Start of a new week, which means more MLB bets coming your way. So like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a comment below. I like to know what it is that you guys are betting on for the day, and give yourself a chance to win some free stuff because I like to give away free week subscriptions to our premium Discord channel. What I do is I usually go through the comment section, look for some winning bets, shout some people out, or also if you guys have any winning bet tickets, send those to me on Twitter. I could feature those on the show, also get you guys some free stuff. So give yourself a chance to win. Send me some winning bet tickets. Leave a comment below. On Saturday, we had a bunch of comments in the YouTube, but none of them were winning bets if I remember correctly. So pour in some of those bets. Give yourself a chance to win. But without further ado, this is what I'm betting on to start off the week. To start us off, I'm opening it up with, as per usual, the hottest dong pick of the day, and that is going to be Charlie Blackmon at plus 800 to homer. Now, the matchup for him is not ideal tonight. He's going up against Manaea. Manaea's had an excellent season for the Padres and is really one of my favorite left-handed starting pitchers in baseball. But here's the other side of this. This is long odds on Charlie Blackmon, and he's at home at Coors Field. And really, I just don't think there's ever going to be a slate where Charlie Blackmon at plus 800 is a warranted number at Coors Field, unless, like a Jacob deGrom or something like that is on the other side of the mound. And as much as I like Manaea, he isn't quite that caliber of pitcher. And then if you look also at the numbers for Charlie Blackmon this year, he's been really good against left-handed pitching. So it's not like we have to be afraid just because he's facing a lefty. The splits for him this year have been just fine. He has a 287 batting average against left-handed pitching compared to 255 for righties. Over the course of his career, he's been better against righties than lefties. So I'm not saying he's a better hitter against lefties. I'm just saying it doesn't really matter all that much. And he's at Coors Field where anything really goes in terms of offensive output. And as per usual, there's going to be big splits for Charlie Blackmon and any Colorado player when they're at home compared to when they're on the road. So just looking at some of the splits that we've seen this year from Charlie Blackmon, he has a 108 WRC plus at Coors Field, 92 when he's on the road. And then overall, in terms of ISO power numbers, 201 at Coors Field, 177 on the road. Should come as no surprise. Any hitter in baseball is going to be better at altitude in Denver than they are on the road. So Charlie Blackmon, our projections on him today, it's not like he's a locked homer or anything like that, but at 8-1 odds, we have him with a 13% chance homer. That's good for a 17% expected ROI. So Charlie Blackmon in Denver, that's the hottest dong pick of the day at plus 800. Before I give out more picks, I want to give you guys some free money because I have an offer to take advantage of that's going to put some money in your pocket. If you guys want to get $200 for free, you could do it by signing up at BetMGM right now. All you have to do is sign up using the promo code OSMLB or sign up using the link in the description box below. And when you bet $10 on any MLB money line, BetMGM is going to give you $200 for free. That is it. That is all you need to do to get a couple of extra $100 in your pocket. Take advantage of this offer. It's not going to last forever, and it's an easy way to get some free money. Moving on with my picks, there's some strikeout props I really like on this slate that I've actually been excited to share with you guys since I looked at some of the odds for today. And this is going to start with Brayan Bello over 3.5 strikeouts. He's pitching today against the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, I understand a lot of you, particularly if you played DFS, probably rostered Brayan Bello or might have bet his strikeouts in his first start of the season. It went poorly. He sucked in his first outing, and it was also against the same Tampa Bay Rays team. He was only able to make it through 4 innings, only registered 2 strikeouts, walked 3 guys. I'm going to attribute a lot of that to just jitters and nerves making his first career MLB start because Bello has excellent stuff. He's one of the top prospects in all of baseball, one of the top pitching prospects for sure. His average fastball velocity in that first start, 97.2 miles per hour. So he's certainly going to be throwing the ball hard. And we can't look too much at his first major league outing just from the standpoint of he only pitched 4 innings. It's 1 start. So I'm going to look at some of our projections. We have him projected for over 5 strikeouts today compared to that 3.5 strikeout prop. But then also look at his minor league numbers where he was nearly unhittable in the minors before he got called up to the big leagues. In AAA this year, 34.4% K rate, in AA, 32.6% K rate. His ERA at AAA was 2.81. His ERA in AA was 1.6. He's always been a guy at the minor league level that struck out a lot of hitters. And if you watch that first start, you could tell he has fantastic stuff. He was just having some issues locating, which once again, I'm going to give him a pass. It was his first ever start of his major league career. I think he should find better results than that going forward. If you look at some projection systems, they're pretty bullish on this guy moving forward. Steamer, for instance, has him projected with a 3.94 ERA and a strikeout rate well over 20% the rest of the season. So just based on his acumen as a prospect and then also some of the projections on him moving forward, I think we're going to see some quality starts coming out of Brayan Bello, and that should start today with over 3.5 strikeouts. Another strikeout prop from a good pitcher that I just think is set too low, Max Fried, over 4.5 strikeouts today against the Mets. I understand the matchup is not ideal going up against the Mets, one of the best offense in baseball, a lot of really powerful hitters in the lineup that crush left-handed pitching. Of course, Pete Alonso being one that stands out. One thing that is a slight downgrade to the Mets lineup, Starling Marte is hurt right now, so that is a little bit of a boost to Max Fried. But I mean, as is, Fried's been really good this year. 2.52 ERA, 2.81 expected ERA, 23.5% K rate, which is where he's been at about the last couple of years. 23.5% this year, 23.7% last year. He's just a steady pitcher that also works deep into games, which helps his chances to register more strikeouts. We've gotten 6+ innings in 4 consecutive starts from Max Fried, and he's gone 6 or more innings in almost every single start so far this season. And we've seen some really big strikeout numbers in some recent difficult matchups. A few starts ago, he pitched against the Dodgers. He struck out 9 hitters. Pitched against the Giants recently, struck out 8 hitters. So once again, the matchup against the Mets, it's not ideal, but it's not like we haven't seen Max Fried find success in difficult starts as of late. Since May 13th, he's only allowed more than 2 runs in 1 start. So really steady pitcher, works deep into games. The strikeouts are generally pretty consistent with him. We've seen him go for 5 or more strikeouts in all but 5 starts this year. So 12 out of 17 starts, he's hit the over on this mark. So I like this prop. I think it's set too low. Our projection on Max Fried today has him set for 6 strikeouts. So we have the over hitting 72% of the time. So I like this number. I think this is one that probably moves to 5.5 by the time the game starts up. One to bet early in the day, over 4.5 strikeouts from Max Fried. For my final bet of the day, I'm looking at Sean Manaea over 4.5 strikeouts, and we're getting plus money on this number. He's pitching at Coors Field. That is never ideal, but 4.5, I think this is an overcompensation when it comes to Sean Manaea. And it's funny too, because we look at some of the other side, like I opened up this video by talking about how I like Charlie Blackmon at plus 800 to homer. We're kind of in this weird situation where books are not expecting much from Manaea, but they're not expecting much from the Rockies offense against him either. And something has to give because the strikeout prop is really low for Manaea. And then we have really, really long home run props for some of the Rockies hitters. And something has to give here. Either Manaea is going to pitch well or he's going to get hit hard. There's not a scenario where everybody fails in this game. So Manaea's numbers this year have been really solid from a strikeout perspective. And I don't think just because he's pitching at Coors Field that he's not going to be able to generate strikeouts. He's a 25.1% strikeout rate this year. Really good stuff. And then if you look at his overall strikeouts per start, there just haven't been that many starts other than his last outing, which I think could be something that is inflating this number, where the strikeouts didn't look great. So last time, sure, he only struck out 3 hitters against the Mariners, but starts before then, he had 5 or more strikeouts in all but 1 start this year. So overall for the course of the season, 5+ strikeouts in 13 out of 15 starts for Sean Manaea. So I think this number of 4.5 probably should be a little bit closer to 5.5, and we're getting plus money on the over. So we have this number at 4.5 with a pretty decent 14% expected ROI. We have Manaea projected for a little bit over 5 strikeouts. And once again, we're getting plus money on that over 4.5 number, which just isn't correct to me when Manaea has hit the over on this number in 13 out of 15 starts this season. So Coors Field, never comfortable siding with pitchers in this spot, but I think this is one of the cases where it makes sense. So Sean Manaea over 4.5 strikeouts as long as we're getting plus money on that number. So to recap my MLB bets to start the week, first, the hottest dong pick of the day was Charlie Blackmon at plus 800 to go yard today at Coors Field. Then we've got Brayan Bello over 3.5 strikeouts, Max Fried over 4.5 strikeouts, and then finally Sean Manaea over 4.5 strikeouts. So a home run prop and then 3 overs on strikeout props for you guys. I think this should be a good slate. I actually do like these bets quite a bit to open the week. So like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you guys have not done so already, and leave a comment below. I want to know what you guys are betting. Also, don't forget, sign up at BetMGM. Get yourself $200 for free when you sign up using that promo code OSMLB for the first time. And then, of course, have a great start to your week, everybody. Good luck tonight.